Well, guys, we made it. We made it. Here we are, episode 20 of Talk of Ages. We finally made it. Brinley's here. I'm your host, Matt Hodson, Mark Baker, Danny Wida, Derek Lance. Danny, how many episodes have you been on now?
I don't know.
Is this the record breaker?
I think I'm already the number one recurring guest.
Are you sure?
No, I thought Richard was 4.
Oh,
4.
How many times have you been on?
This pulls you even.
I think on most episodes that Richard was on, I feel like I also said a couple words, so I feel like I'm in the running
Those are
regardless.
cameos.
Oh,
It's got to be
yeah,
close.
Those would be uncredited on
yeah,
IMDb.
that's right.
You wouldn't make
Maybe
it.
4. I think he's at 4.
I think I'm
Yeah.
up there regardless. I don't know, but happy
Yeah.
to be here.
Nonetheless,
The leaderboard.
Irregardful.
yeah. Nonetheless,
Irregardfully.
we're here at Franco's Pizzeria, or is this a trattoria? Let's find out. Yeah, just Franco's Pizza. Franco's Pizza here on Route 59, 249 West 59th Street in Nanuet,
If you're at THQ,
behind the PC Richards and Sons.
if you're at THQ for a conference, come on over to Franco's. They
Oh,
treat us right.
they're gonna treat you right?
At least 4 times a week.
I've got the vodka margarita slice and the white slice with spinach. This is like the go-to.
Yeah, you
Fritos.
eat it every day.
This is the number 2 with the Diet Coke. And for to drink, I got myself a Diet Coke for the table.
And for to drink.
And for the table. What'd you get? What'd you get, Derek?
So cauliflower crusted pizza.
Right.
Healthy.
Healthy.
Grilled, healthy.
You're having your veggies.
Healthy.
Good for you.
Grilled buffalo chicken.
Yeah.
Some pepperoni.
Yeah.
Some extra cheese. Some blue cheese dressing.
Yeah.
And a Diet Coke.
That's nice. What'd you get, Dan?
I got sausage slice to prime the palate, and then I got the chicken roll coming.
Chicken roll's
it's in the
good.
oven right now, and then
that'll
I'm
be good.
drinking a lemonade. Wash
Mark?
it down.
I had one of the margarita slices.
Oh,
He's already eaten lunch.
Oh, good for you.
And then they're bringing I got like an eggplant hero coming out with
Well, I
side of
bet you that'll
fries.
be good.
It's gonna be great. We're
What'd you
very
get?
tired.
What'd you get,
Here
Bryn?
it comes.
Oh, here it comes now. Perfect.
She's
yes.
got it.
Oh, this is exciting.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Chicken
That's for
vodka.
Brinley.
That's mine. That's
That's
mine.
for Brinley.
Chicken
Pizza.
vodka.
We've
That
got the
sounds
chicken
good.
parm
And the
Yep.
chicken
penne
rolls out.
vodka.
With some fresh
Oh, that looks
basil
good.
on
Chicken roll?
top.
Chicken roll never disappoints. I
No.
will say. I
No,
always get
that's
it when
a
I come.
regular.
It is.
It doesn't matter what you get here. It's always
always
good.
good.
Always
Yeah,
good.
always good.
There's
Tell
never.
them we sent you.
Yeah. Mention us, and they won't give you a discount, but,
Oh, food this
but you
good
can
doesn't
at
need
least
to be
you
discounted.
can at least mention us.
Who's got French fries today?
Oh, I did.
Oh,
You're really doing it up
Mark is
today.
having a big
I
day.
need brain food. We're going through a lot of things. No, I'm okay. Thank you so much.
No ketchup or sauce.
Thank you so much.
Nothing for the fries.
Just got some Parmesan cheese. Parmesan cheese.
Warm. I'll see.
Yeah.
It's gonna take. Yeah.
So anyway,
Mine looks hot.
we wanted to celebrate the 20th episode, doing something fun.
We're on video today?
We're on video today. So if
you
you're
have to
listening
look
to
at
this
us?
on the podcast, you can also catch this via video. Where we put this up on YouTube?
YouTube.
Yeah, cool.
Facebook probably as well.
Yeah, cool. So
Maybe.
we'll be in both of those.
Spotify.
We'll be in both of those places. So that's cool. So that's a first for us. But also we're gonna do this one live at our favorite eatery.
Yeah.
Actually, at the end of the day, us sitting down and having food together and talking like this is kind of like what
What we do at lunch
we
every
do
day.
at lunch
Yeah.
every
And
day.
that's what started.
That's what the podcast.
That's why the podcast.
Yeah, that's why the
like we
podcast
do this
exists.
all the time. We might as well record it.
Right. So, so the last time we talked to you, we reported on the annual festival when
Yep.
we were in New York City and at the CMT.
And King Umberto's.
It was the prep.
Well, that was, and then we were prepping to get ready for last Wednesday.
Yes. But the cool thing about the last one,
Yep.
so on the podcast, which
Yep.
drops the day of our concert, we're talking about King Umberto's,
Yes.
right? Quite a bit.
Yep.
So Fred and Bessie
yeah.
shows up by himself at King Umberto's. He's like, well, I had to try because I heard you guys talk about it.
That's right.
So the hope is
That's all
today.
this because we stop talking about band and we just start going
Yeah,
to different Italian
it's just-
places and reviewing them, which I'm fine with. If you
And
think
by
I got an issue with that.
different Italian places, you just
Frankos.
mean come to Franco's.
Franco's every day.
Yeah.
So
This is
anyway,
now a daily
if you
podcast.
hear this,
Yeah.
yep, come to Franco's.
Actually, Derek, believe it or not, Derek plays in the basketball league every Thursday night. Tonight,
true.
right?
Yes, that is true.
And
Believe it or not, Derek moves. Derek moves from time to time.
I don't understand why it's so hard to believe, Matt. Is it because I'm 5'9" and 3/4?
No. So, Derek, but you play with a bunch of guys,
Yep.
like cops that
Yeah.
kind of work in town.
Yep.
And you guys were talking restaurants,
Yeah.
correct?
Absolutely.
And you brought up
Franco's,
and they're all. Don't touch me again.
good?
But you brought up Franco's, and they're all like, "Yeah, that's the best place.
Best place in
town."
Rockland. Yeah,
I don't know how their fries are, but
I've never had them. Wait, no,
Ooh,
sure, I
tasty
have had
fries.
them.
They don't disappoint. Yeah,
no.
good.
Surprise, surprise!
So-
they don't do anything wrong here.
Yeah, so the last time, right, it was just before Nassau County.
Nassau County.
Right, so we talked about the annual festival, so now we're on to Nassau County, right?
Correct.
So we did concert, it was last Wednesday, right?
2 Wednesday. Yeah.
No, last
It was
Wednesday.
right?
It was
So,
last Wednesday.
That seems like forever
yeah.
ago.
Yeah, it feels like a
Because
while
you
ago.
drive out to the island.
Yeah, so we'll do like a real quick recap. I'll do a
was
little
a great night.
rundown.
It was a great night.
It was very good. The cathedral is beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, everyone knows that. And a good crowd there.
I think there are
Yeah, they
professional
packed it out.
singers that would say that the acoustics in there
are
second
lovely.
to none.
Lovely.
Second to none.
They're spectacular.
As a singer, you could bless yourself with the acoustics.
I mean, a
I've
singer
heard.
that sings
So
in
I've
places
heard.
like Carnegie Hall,
Right.
where the acoustics are great, would also say that this cathedral second to none.
Correct.
Second
All
to none.
So here we go. Here's the
truth is out
the
there.
rundown. The rundown, right? So we've got My God and King, Paul Sharman, then Assignment, the quickest version of Assignment in history.
Did Phil Harper write that one? Dudley Bright. Sorry, my fault. Apologies.
Apologies.
He wrote a few pieces on the night. Then we had some talking, and then He Is Exalted, the Martin Cordner arrangement. Then the Blessing, Bill Himes, which was the one item that was
That
like
fit.
tailor made
Oh,
for
yeah.
playing at the
That
cathedral.
worked out.
Yeah, you
very
don't
well.
want to. We ended up doing a lot of stuff with some technique, and I think the ceilings are 400 feet high in there.
Yeah, something like that. Then the band chorus sang Ferris Lord Jesus.
Beautiful.
Sounded
went well.
delightful from my perspective.
Brinley has a honey singing voice. He really goes for it. I love it.
You know what? You should give him a chance to solo sometime.
It's coming.
Sometime.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's coming.
You just really inspire me, Mark,
Yeah.
with
Then-
your conducting.
Oh,
Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
We featured James Almanis on flugelhorn playing Through It All.
And worked it.
Lovely
Yeah, he
job.
did really well.
Lovely job. Then we finish up the first half with Rhapsody on St. Francis. Second half was David's Dance, Dorothy Gates. Then A La Manera, Paul Sharman. Then there was a dance team from Hempstead. I don't know how many kids it was, like 25, something
Yeah,
like that.
maybe.
It was a lot.
It was a lot.
which
And they got into it.
They did. It was good. Lots of energy.
Yep.
That was great. And then there was a vocal soloist.
Yeah. Was it
Raina
Raina?
Jackson was her name. And let me
Beautiful.
tell you, that was a surprise of the night.
Yeah, how old do you think she is? 11, 12?
Something like that.
Yeah. And sang like
It
a
was
magic
incredible.
flute.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, it was.
If you will.
If you will.
No, she was legit.
No, she was great.
And I don't know what I was expecting, but it was not that.
No.
Right. So it was very, very good.
What was Steve Dittmer expecting? It was not that,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
He
He was helping with the microphone.
it was the best.
did help.
Steve Dittmer
Helpful comments.
There you go.
helping out, setting up the microphone, and tells this young lady, just take a deep breath. You're gonna be fine. Don't be nervous.
She was
all
probably
good."
sitting there going, "Yeah, I know I'm gonna be fine. I'm going to do it."
And she
And then she just works it.
Yeah,
right.
it was great. It was
It was
perfect.
good. And then that was the moment where I think I said to the audience that we've been set up for failure because we had all the dancing, and then this girl being spectacular singing there. So we followed up with Truth of Flame. That was our
Oh,
last
great.
item
Oh,
on
great.
the.
Brinley, don't ever let that recording out. That one
I would,
stays. That
I
one's,
would
that
say
one's for us.
if ever there was an item that maybe should not be played at the cathedral, it might have been that.
Yeah.
But it was good to get some reps in, and it's a work in progress.
It
So
was.
that video will never come out. We have no idea how it went. I didn't listen to it.
Unless
It was fine.
You can make donations to the band fund. Minimum $125, and then Brinley will send you True to
Oh,
Flame.
I feel like that would be a good
like a
fundraiser.
Patreon.
That's a great
we should do a
fundraiser.
Patreon, right? Monthly donations, and then you get access to all like our worst performances. That's a good idea.
I feel like people would pay a lot of money for that.
absolutely. And then, so that finished up the concert for us. But then we had Amanda Dorsey, who helped lead the Westbury band. She led the band on "I Know Thou Art Mine" to finish up the night, and
That worked well in the
And that
cathedral.
was that played well.
another one where tailor made for the cathedral. So that was the Garden City Cathedral, Nassau County concert there. I don't know how many years it is. I'm sure it said it on the
Yeah.
program. Was it 40?
40th.
The
yeah.
40th
the 40th
program.
one.
Wow.
So
And it was
But the Kims have done a lot of work getting people back out to that.
Yeah.
I know
That's true.
we've all been to
Really
a couple of
big
those
crowd.
where maybe.
It was a big audience.
And the funny
and
thing,
a middle of the week concert, I think, is a tough sell. So to get people out for that, I know is
Yeah.
a lot of work.
he
phone
maybe
calls.
asked me 5 times, "Do you think that was a good enough crowd?" And I was like, "It's better than we've had, the last time we were at the cathedral." So
right.
it was
It's
great.
been a few years.
No, a lot of work has
It's been
gone
like
in.
3 or 4 years since
right.
we've been there. Now.
I mean, last year we had a concert out there, but
right.
it was
the aviation.
the aviation
Museum.
museum. Yeah.
Yep. There you go. So that's the recap of last week's concert.
Yep.
And then, so last week on the podcast,
Yep.
we talked about, it was just before or just after the NFL draft had started.
Yep.
Right. So we all kind of created our big boards,
board.
right? Is that the
Top 5 SA musicians that you would
Yeah,
pick.
Yeah,
the
you would
people
pick.
you would target first if you were picking them.
Right. So we asked for people. We gave people homework last week. One was to put their big board on there. 2 was to come to the Garden City concert.
Correct.
I don't remember the third thing.
The third thing was to listen to
Light Talk,
Talk.
the podcast.
Light. I almost said Light of Ages.
Light of Ages.
Light talk of ages.
It's a new one.
So we have a few. Well, you want me to rattle off a few of these that people left on the? Sure, why not? My pizza is still cooling down, so in a moment I will stop talking for 20 minutes, and everyone else can take over. All right, so
Everyone's looking forward to that.
As he shoves a fry into his mouth. He's over there stammering on.
All right, so we have Phil Raymond on the board with
Phil.
Phil Smith, Maisie Wiggins, David Dawes, Derek Diffie, and Philip Catlinet.
Walter recordings of that guy.
There we go. Daniel Ho with the super unoriginal idea of Marcus Venables, Brindley Venables, Barrington Venables, Harrison Venables, and Bob Venables.
That's a solid list.
yeah.
Oh, listen to you.
It'd work out.
That's probably better than my
would-
list.
It would work out for you.
You're so rude.
All right. Moving
rude.
moving on from the fight that's about to happen at the table. Gaz Rose took. This is a cool one. It says 2 families would take care of 5 players on my big board. You got the Dawes and the Fountains. So David Dawes, Izzy Dawes, Gary, James, and Thomas Fountain. That's a solid
Solid
list
group.
there. We've
Solid
got another all Venables list.
Oh, man.
Let's
People really
see.
love you guys.
Yeah.
Couldn't
Then
tell
we've
you why.
got
for the
Simon
support, guys.
Rowney with Phil Smith, Maisie Wiggins, Steve Mead, Don Lusher, and Nick Hudson there. List.
Don Lusher.
Lusher, wow.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know that. I knew Nick
know.
Hudson started in the Army, but I didn't know about
Yeah.
Don
Yeah.
Lusher.
Then we're getting some names that become a little bit less familiar. John Brooks, who is a top fan, is marked as a top
yeah.
fan on our site.
right. Thanks for the
He
Wilf,
gets, he gets Truth or Flame for $100.
yeah,
Discounts for the top fans.
Wilf Mountain, Arthur Rolls, Leslie Condon, George Whittingham, Robert Foster. All right, we got that.
That's a good list.
I like
there.
that one.
All right. Then Howard Elliott. Yeah, there we go.
I like Howard's. Howard's is a good one.
Yeah, no, this is a
remember
legit
it,
list.
but go
David Dawes, Derek Kane, Phil Cobb, Phil Smith, and Dudley Bright.
Yeah.
Good list. That's a solid list. Ian Parkhouse, a New York staff band favorite. David Dawes, Phil Cobb, Derek Kane, James Fountain, and Aaron Vanderweel. Then
made it.
Andre Price, another top fan, has simply the Cobb family: Roland and John, Stephen, Phil, and Matthew.
Wow.
Yeah.
Once again,
You could do a lot worse.
yeah. Here's a legit question, right? The Cobb family, Venables family, get into it in a matchup of family bands.
Like a fight? Or you said that like a...
It's a fist fight.
You could put
All right,
Bob
let's start with the
Venables.
fist
If it's a fist fight, I take the Venables because I think Bob...
You could put Bob Venables alone against the Cobb family. I think he's taking him.
They also,
Well,
not
I
even
think
close.
you'd have to kill Bob. Like he's not stopping. Like
also it's the hockey background. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're
Oh, yeah,
used to
100%.
scrapping. Then we got. There's actually a lot on here. I didn't realize how many there were. Chris Pender with Ray Todd, David Dawes, Roland Cobb, Phil Smith, Trevor Groom.
Trevor Groom, that dude could play.
Then we've got Paul
What
Winterborn,
is
who
it?
is another
Oh.
top fan.
$100 for
Yep, there we go. Another solid list here. We got Phil Cobb, David Dawes, Kevin Ashman, Aaron Vanderweel, Stuart Dalrymple.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Stewie.
There we have it. And then we have Rick Castillo down below that said, nice list. So we've got to know. He put a list above somewhere else. So that was all of the big board lists from last week.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, thank you for listening. Thank you for writing up on Facebook. I think all that's good. You know, it's fun to have some top fans write in. So today, the plan is to we're going to do a draft.
Yep.
But we're going to do, is it sextet?
Essentially, right. So we're going sextet
Right.
plus percussion.
And
Right. But
Okay.
so
Go ahead.
sextet plus percussion.
Yep.
Cornets,
But the thing
horn,
is, right, to
euphonium,
remember,
trombone, tuba.
we're not trying to build a sextet to play like a sextet concert.
You're building the
You're
start
bu-
of a band.
You're building the start of a band, right?
It's all your principles, basically.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah, right, yeah.
so we're
However you
talking
wanna do
about
that.
2 cornets, a horn, a euth, a trombone, a bass, percussion, and a wild card.
Wild card.
And that could be anything that you want.
Wild cards we're going to do at the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
The wild card could be a bandmaster, a composer,
A bass trombone
an extra-
player,
Yeah.
sop
soprano,
player,
yeah.
something
Yeah,
like
it could
that.
be
Anything you wanna
anything
add in,
else
it's up to you.
to add to your band.
So the 4 guys, we're going to go around the horn. These 4 guys are going to draft. Are we snake drafting it?
Snake drafting
Okay.
it, yeah.
All right. So what's the order?
Well, let's just go. So how about Brindley goes 1, Mark 2, Dan 3, I'll go 4.
Oh, I get. Derek will suffer to have the 2 picks back to back. I see how
I
that
think we
is.
just go in order. Whatever, I don't care. But Brindley said he was taking Bob Venable's number 1 overall.
He
That
did
was
say that.
that was the promise.
He did
that he went number 1 overall. He would take
Hold your mic to
BV.
your face, Brindley.
Yeah, Brindley, do you not know
I
how to
haven't
use the
said
microphone?
anything yet.
We got to be ready.
Is that it doesn't the order doesn't matter. Like, whatever, you know. Is that
fine.
I'm fine with
okay?
that order.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
a
fine
good
with
order.
that.
Okay.
All right. Are you keeping the list, or do
No,
I have to type these out?
I have
feel
my
like
own
that's-
my own data.
You have your own data?
I feel like this is your job, Matt, since you're not taking part in the list.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds like a. sounds like a real plan.
Yeah, I know. We needed some mic stands here.
I'm glad for the setup today.
I
this
do
is
love
really
that
helpful.
the visual gag that you would have been doing anyway.
yeah.
Now actually comes across.
All right. Cool.
I
No,
bet-
I'm happy.
No,
I'm
it's
happy.
fine,
No,
it's
no,
fine,
that's
it's fine.
Hey,
I'm just the host.
Hey.
Yeah, you don't have to have any special things for the
Matt,
host.
I bet you could probably just put your microphone down on the table.
Yeah, but is it funny for the video, Derek? Is it funny for the video? No. All right. So, I'm starting a new note. I'll send these over to you when you're going to make your Facebook.
Yeah, I'll make the graphic. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So, Bryn, you're starting us off. So let's go.
Yep. I'll go Phil Cobb, number 1 overall.
Oh, a little upset there.
Danny.
See, I don't think it was an upset, but that's just me.
He said he was taking his dad.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Well, it got me first overall pick, so there we go.
We're sorry, BV.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dad.
We thought that your son loved
Sorry,
you,
Daddy.
but
Yeah.
Guy's recovering from a heart procedure, and you're just there. You're further breaking his heart.
Yeah. Guess who's not the favorite in the family? Marcus would have taken him number 1.
for sure.
No, he would have taken himself.
He absolutely would have taken himself.
That's a bold
Yeah.
pick.
all right. So, Mark, you
I
want to?
had this all planned out, but now I'll take David Dawes. Like I was going in a completely different, assuming David Dawes was going to be the first
Yeah,
one off
right.
the board.
Yeah.
It tracks.
But
Dan, who's your
can't go wrong.
I'm going Aaron Vanderbilt.
Oh, I love
yeah,
that.
that's where I was going to
Yeah.
If Dawes and
Yeah.
Phil were off the
Yeah.
board, that was going to be.
I think
that's-
cornets. I think clearly you have the most options
Yeah,
of
you've got some-
fantastic
you've got a
players.
bank.
There are some sections where it's like if you don't have this guy, you don't know how it's going to
yeah.
go. So
I like that you thought this through.
Yeah.
No, like
I think everyone just thinks Cornet.
I was hopeful
Yeah.
on like the 4 slot
Yeah,
to
yeah,
pick
yeah.
Aaron.
No, it's good that you arrange the draft in your order to try to set up your pick. No, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
It's called leadership.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, so Derek, you got 2 back to back.
Yeah, so I'm going to take Art Henry
I
at number
love
4.
this.
Yeah, I'm going to take Art.
I'm falling apart. My list is crumbling.
Artie, shout out Artie. I don't know
Yeah.
if Artie's listening, but
Yeah.
that guy.
Let's see. All right, and then I'm going like the all homer list here. I'm taking Andrew Boynton.
Boynton, I love that.
Yep, all around
Drums off
percussionist.
the.
Yeah,
You went with drums and you went with alto horn. I love that.
Yeah.
Tenor.
yeah, you should know.
Tenor. Sorry. We have international listeners.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Dan. What do you got?
I'm going to go Keith Hutchinson
Yeah.
The Hutch.
Off the board.
off the
Great
board.
choice.
There we go.
it's Mark's
Mark?
pick.
That-
I'm really.
Like Mark is just in trouble today.
Everything
Everything I counted on.
everything around me is crumbling.
That's good.
We'll see.
Vodka margarita slice.
Yeah.
Go.
That was the first time I had one of those. That's good.
Matt, will you also
I
be getting
will-
refills while we're drafting?
Yeah.
I'll take.
I have to write down the list. Though.
I'll take Martin Tip Lady B flat bass.
Solid.
That's my
It's a good choice.
lock that in.
Yeah.
I was listening to Trumpet Call the other day, like the album
Yeah.
Trumpet Call, and man, that wall of basses in the ISB back then was spectacular.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
So
you
we're
get
up
two.
to you. No,
No,
we're up
to
to Bryn.
You get two.
Bryn, two.
Phil, who's joining?
Phil-
Phil
I'll do
Cobb.
Phil Smith.
Yeah.
Get the
Smart.
two Phils.
I love that.
You know,
If I'm a voter, I'm probably
he's
already
named
voting
after
for Bryn.
Phil.
Bob
hates you,
Just
just
makes
so you
sense.
know.
Yeah. Just for the record,
Phil and Phil.
BV is
solid
not on
section.
your team.
BB's coming in the wild card.
And then I'll take Jacob Sluice.
Oh,
my
that's a good. That's a good pick.
With Jacob, you can do anything.
true.
He just makes it so much better
that's
on the
true.
kit.
Yeah.
I loved his playing on the Psalmist at CSB 50.
It was good.
That dude was
It
locked
was
in.
good.
He was locked in.
He was.
It's great stuff.
Okay, so what happened?
I don't know. We're back to me.
Back to you.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh, I'm trying. All right, Charlie Baker.
Oh,
Trombone.
Good
you
choice.
know,
Good choice.
there you go. You got one person on your list you wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan, where are you going?
It's a good question. I'm
Where
glad
you
you asked
going?
it. I'm going to go Bob Jones, percussion.
Ooh,
It's good. Good play.
I like that.
Good
Derek,
play.
you got a back-to-back now.
I do. All right. I've picked no cornets. I've just got horn and percussion right
Horn
now.
and percussion right now.
the foundation of any rock star band.
You want to build from the middle.
Horn and percussion.
Listen,
Yeah, what happened
it's
to his
all
big
about.
pyramid? Oh, guys, we're starting. The basses really are the most important. I remember that. I remember this big lecture
Yeah, right.
that you gave us.
Okay, I drafted a percussionist, and look what happened. Percussion.
Yeah.
Started the train.
Yeah,
all right.
okay.
So just
Way to
back
start,
off,
way
all right?
to be a leader then.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
Lead from the front. Here we
Everything
go.
he does. Leadership.
Leadership.
Have you heard of it?
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna take Derek Kane.
It's a great choice.
Yeah.
So that's one of your
That's
two
one of my
picks.
picks.
Yeah.
Yep. One of my
You
two
did one of the
picks.
things, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Good. And then
Come on, spell check. He got changed to Lane. Here we go.
yeah.
yeah.
I'm. You know what? Okay. I'm gonna take Barrington Venables on trombone.
That's a wise pick.
Okay.
Good pick. It's a good
Every
pick.
time you look at like a first trombone part in one of Marcus's pieces, when it looks like a euphonium part, it's because Barrington
is a freak of nature. Like there's
can
no
play all that stuff.
There's no way
there.
around it.
So
Good pick.
yeah,
Could do some bass bone for you too if needed.
So I think
also
I'm-
remarkably well.
I need cornets and a tuba. Okay, that's
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah. Dan,
Yeah, I'm just thinking it over.
right now you got AV, Hutch, and Jonesy.
It's a good start. I'm gonna go David Winch on horn. What'd you say? David Winch on horn.
Former principal of the ISB.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like Dave makes a big old noise.
Yeah.
I do like. I'm a fan of
Big
that.
records of him out there.
Now that Derek's going to get a refill, should we just conspire
Should
to
we look
steal
at his
all
list?
his picks?
Is his list out?
Oh, next pick Derek Lance on cornet. He's gonna pick himself.
He's gonna pick himself.
All right, let's do a draft of who's most likely to pick themselves. It's
Derek.
Marcus. It's Derek. Probably Bob, right?
Yeah.
Bob's first pick.
Are you waiting to pick? Till you
No,
get
I
to-
don't. We're not waiting for anything.
What do I have? Matt, run it down. I've completely forgotten.
You are rattled, my friend.
Dawes. Okay. This is.
You need another
This is-
cornet.
What did I
This is
miss?
an interesting-
Oh, David Lynch. That was it.
Another
This is an
cornet,
interesting-
bass, percussion, youth.
I will take. He was the principal horn of the ISB on the Blazon recording. His name was Tim Parker.
Yep.
and he plays a big old solo on that album. And yeah, that was fairly eye-opening when I was young. Like, oh, that's how that can sound. Like that was. I don't know what he's up to now. I think I heard he maybe moved to Euphonium after he left the ISB. I know he was leading the band at
That's
Stains
the name I was
for a
looking for
while,
earlier. I couldn't
but-
remember. I remember all the solos, but I couldn't
Go
remember
back to that Blazon recording and Tasty.
Who did Bryn take third? It changed it to
Jacob Sluice,
Yeah.
which autocorrected to allowed.
allowed.
So
Jacob allowed.
also, if you want to check him out too, like a lot of those Egon Virtuosity recordings, like he's got solos
Yeah.
on there too, which
Yeah.
are pretty spectacular.
Money in the bank.
All right, brother, you're up. You got two cornets and a percussionist. That's where you're at.
Solid. I feel good with my list so far. I'm gonna go Andrew Poirier, trombone.
Yep, great pick.
Yeah.
It's the only logical choice for me next. And then Simon Morton, tuba.
Smart. There you go.
That's a good choice.
Good work. Good work.
Whatever.
That's a good
Morton.
choice. It's back to me.
Morton.
I was hoping for Brinley to talk about Simon for 45 minutes while I figure out what I'm doing next.
I'm gonna. I need to draft Bob just to make a trade later. Trades can happen.
So I need a euphonium, another cornet,
Yeah.
and drums.
Yep.
I don't know. Euphonium is the two most logical choices are off the board.
Do you need like suggestions?
No, I'll be fine. I'm just gonna sit here, just talking my way through this.
Just
full-
silence.
Let's go
Let's just
for it.
I
The
feel like there
full-
should be a time limit.
I'm gonna eat this entire hero.
Then
Really
answer.
brain food.
Matt, is there a time limit?
I will take as my second cornet.
10
I'll
minutes.
take Derek Diffie
There
as
you
my
go.
second
Love it.
cornet player.
Good. That's good work. That was good.
Can't tell me that guy's exciting.
Yeah.
Danny had never heard him do Songs in the Heart. We listened to that in his office today.
Okay, my God, hats off to him.
Double
F at the end.
double G at the
Was
end.
it?
Yeah.
Dear God, what a king!
And
Really brightened my day.
he goes for it. Even now. Still playing in like the reservist band, still letting it fly. Love it.
So I'm between two
I wonder
picks
if you
right
hear
now.
my chewing on the microphone.
You're betwixt.
whatever.
You're betwixt.
I
and
don't
between?
think I need to make this pick, but I think Derek really wants him, so I do want to snipe him.
Yep. I love that.
I think I can hold off another round.
Well, you can't.
I'm talking to myself here.
Okay. I have two picks back to back. Just
I know you do.
Okay.
I know. I think you. I'm gonna go Jonathan Rousel, tuba.
interesting. Not even on my list.
Really?
He's solid. He's
That's an
solid.
insult to Rousel.
Dude,
He is very good.
He's very
also
good.
could write you
He's very good.
a lovely tune if you
Yeah,
needed a.
maybe my
yeah.
wild card.
Also, I'm lying. He is on my list.
You scumbag.
All right.
It's me now.
It's you.
Twice.
Double down.
Twice.
Double down.
Is that everyone taking tubas? Did you take a tuba yet?
Yeah, tip lady.
Oh, so I don't need to take a tuba. I can just wait until
Yeah.
you took.
Yeah,
okay.
you can do whatever you
Correct.
want.
So I need two cornets and a tuba.
Confirms you were
Yeah.
taking Rousel, by the way.
Oh no, I was taking. He wasn't going to be my pick.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're
He's
back to-
on my list of 5.
You're back-to-back cornets right now. And
All right. So I okay.
Yourself.
Don't let your food get cold. Eat.
The Derek Smith and Lance.
Yeah, right. I know. Well, we had Phil and Phil, so Derek and Derek are natural,
Yeah.
right?
There you go.
No, I'm going to take James Fountain, who is really about as good as there is player right now in the world. We'll take him.
I feel like he gets better every time I hear. Like he was
Yeah.
already really, really good,
Really
and
good.
every time I hear him, it's like he's finding a way to be better every time, and he was already ridiculous.
He's also like really killing it in the orchestral world as well. He played
Yeah.
with the Philly Orchestra, not too long ago.
I'm not
He's in
familiar.
He's
I'm
in
not familiar with
Australia
that
right now. The what?
I'm not familiar with that band.
Yeah, right. He's
Please don't swear on the podcast and say things like
he's
Philly.
in Australia right now. He's doing some solo stuff out there as well. So James Fountain, we're gonna go with that. And my second cornet pick, I'm gonna go with Mike Baker.
There you go.
Like technically, maybe the best cornet player
Oh, yeah.
there's ever been in the Salvation Army. He can play anything on the instrument. So I'm gonna go with those two. I feel really, really good as a number 1 and number 2. That's remarkable end chair, remarkable seat number 2. There you go. That's my 2 cornet picks.
I'm gonna go Isabel Dawes on trombone.
Nice.
Next.
Moving
I
on.
like that. Moving
Yeah.
right along.
It's a great pick if I do say so myself.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
No, she's playing really well.
I'm welcome.
Her
Yeah.
solo album just
Bless me.
released
Thank
on
you.
Wild Play. That's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, she's good.
Good stuff with the quartet as well.
Happy to
What's
build a
where's
section
she,
around
like
her.
Berlin Philharmonic now?
Philharmonic or something like that?
No, it's ridiculous. Things are going well. What do I have left?
You already have a tuba. You already.
Oh, I need a
horn.
euphonium. Oh, I need euphonium and drums. I'll.
Dude, take Matt Baker.
It's just because like not only is he great, but I just heard him recently. But I'll take Andrew Headley at euphonium.
No,
Like,
he was on my list
you
too.
know?
Of like 4 guys. Yep. Very good.
Man,
Also, he sounds he sounds to me a lot like Aaron. So like if you're gonna
He's the poor man's Aaron. So
Stop,
if you want the backup pick, I support it.
Stop Stop with that. I'm just saying, Aaron's influence is noted
Still
around the
euphonium
world.
Too? Okay.
That was literally my
I have
pick.
another like euphonium option. But I won't say it until after.
So I have 2 left,
You have
right?
to-
And then you're done.
And then you
right?
wrap
Yeah,
it up.
done.
And then you're
Euphonium
done.
and-
and then your
Wild card. We'll go in the wild card.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll
Okay.
do. Yeah.
But I can pick my wild card after.
We'll
Wild card is
finish
last.
up, and then we'll
Finish up,
do
then we'll
one
do
last
wild card
round of
later.
wild
Oh,
cards.
okay.
Oh, okay, so just one pick then.
That seems kind of weird, isn't it?
No.
Has everybody picked your band yet?
No.
Oh,
You
all have one more
finish
pick.
now, and then we go through and we finish,
We all have
and then
one
we'll
pick.
do wild cards at the end.
gotcha.
I'll first pick on wild card.
Yeah, see that? How does that
No,
work?
we'll be doing the same order for the wild card.
All right, pick your last player.
You can get you get first wild card. Just pick.
Okay. David Taylor.
There you
We'll go him. Euphonium.
I think
Yeah, you can play.
think that's the list of 4. Like I had those 4 on my on my list. So Aaron, Derek, Andrew, and David Taylor. Those are the 4 that I had.
Oh, good choices.
Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. So I'm left with a drummer, right?
Yeah.
Eddie Hardy.
Oh, I love it.
Oh yes.
I
there
can't.
we go.
Why didn't you take your brother? Come on, I don't understand.
Well, you know, that's.
someone
Matt Baker.
someone had to pick someone in the
I mean, Matt would. I'd pick my father,
oh, that's right. Sorry, I thought
and
someone
I really
sniped your
did.
father.
I really did go back and forth on picking Andrew on tuba.
Yeah. No, that's another.
He was more of an E flat guy, and I.
But I do.
would
I do
always go
thank you
B-flat.
for the assist of another 2 idea because I still have a 2.
Yeah. Yeah, but I just. No one has a better time playing drums than Eddie, and he's also real good at it. So that's
Yeah.
helpful.
Yeah.
And he makes my ride home from Stefan more interesting. He laughs at my jokes. I needed Eddie.
Just a guy that rides in your car all the time.
Yeah, I'm a very weak-willed
I
man.
just need someone to I just need someone to laugh at my jokes.
Make me feel better.
Make me
Eddie.
feel better about my day. Dan?
So I'm picking a cornet. Is that what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe he's still on the board. Robert Venables.
Oh,
That's my pick.
I love it.
One of my favorite people of all time. One of my favorite players of all
Bobby G.
time. It'd be a privilege to have him in the group. And
BV.
we'll build from Bobby.
Yeah, Brindley very
Did you
callously
know-
overlooked.
Could you tell immediately yesterday when Bob showed up for
Oh,
rehearsal?
there was a stark difference, and I love it. I can't
And
get
we
enough
weren't.
of it.
What were we doing? It wasn't.
It was some. It was
did
like
he show up during
Truth
the
of Flame.
Truth of Flame?
Right,
Yeah,
Truth
yeah.
of Flame.
So he walked into the hardest piece for players. I'll be fine.
and just laser
So
beamed
it was the March.
Oh, ambassadors?
Ambassadors.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But if you want someone to set the tone in terms of
Yeah.
whatever, it's Bob.
Yeah.
Okay, like that's my guy.
Who
So
was your other cornet player?
Keith Hutchinson.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
He played. Bob was the cornet instructor in Hilltop Band last year, and there's one thing they were playing where Matt Lund referred to it as Bob pulled a boulder up a mountain.
He is like if we were in medieval times, Bob Venables would be on a horseback, calling everyone to battle. You know, it's like, come on, fellas,
Yeah.
this is one for the ages. I would want it. I think he's the number 1 Salvation Army cornet or trumpet player to follow into battle. I think that's a clear.
Yeah.
That's a clear number 1.
No, I get that.
That's my guy.
All right.
It should have never come up.
I'm last. You're last. I have the very last pick of the draft.
before we go back around the horn.
Before before we
For a wild
restart
card.
again right here for a wild card.
Nope.
No one's taking my wild card pick. It's fine. Okay, tuba. I have 2 names left on my list. I put down 5, like on a sheet of paper. Scott Gross, B flat tuba player in the Canadian staff band.
Yeah,
all time good.
Can play.
B flat tuba player, but it's not going to be my pick.
Okay.
No, I'm going to go with,
Honorable mention.
Yeah,
Here's how
honorable
smart I am, guys. Here's how deep my list is.
Yes.
Have
true,
a big list.
True.
Leadership.
But I'm gonna.
comes Dressler.
I'm gonna take on.
He needs it.
no.
He needs it.
He does. He needs
to win.
I mean, he's pretty nice.
Real nice guy.
He's a nice guy.
Real nice
He
guy.
is. When I think Dressler, I think nice guy.
I think nice
First
guy.
thing.
Okay, so I am gonna take Al Hansberger as my tuba player there.
He was on my list.
He was so good.
Right.
Also, if you need just a buttery voice for singing
Right.
too,
Beautiful. Right.
like exceptional.
Versatile.
So Uncle Al made the list.
Yeah.
Love that.
There. So just like all-time nicest guy
Right.
on the planet. Right?
When you figure you need a guy, maybe you need a guy to give a sermon on a band Sunday morning.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, testimony time, he'd nail it. Yeah.
It's kind of like a solid pick on tuba and also a wild card at the
human
same
being.
time.
Yeah.
Not really my wild card,
if you're
but you know
going
what
for
I'm saying.
the ultimate morale guy in a band who
Yeah.
also happens to be a great musician, Al
Correct.
Hansberger would be
There
your
you
guy.
go. So that's my pick. But I would say Scott Gross, very similar dude, one of the
Yeah.
nicest guys on the planet.
Right.
And you go like on the march, just like drop pedals for a whole
Yeah.
march. You know what I mean? Like while
No,
you're
he is a
moving,
freak of nature.
he's very good. So if anyone needs a wild card of another tuba, there you go. All right.
Who's?
All right. So we're gonna.
Are we all done?
I think we're done.
Yeah,
with
we're
the
done.
bands?
Everybody's done.
So wild cards.
Wild
Do
card.
we need to go through a whole band first and then do the wild card?
Oh, read them out.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
I bet
You'll be able to see them in the graphic.
That's true.
That's
okay.
Yeah. We'll put
All
him
right.
up. We'll put him up on the
recap.
graphic.
Yeah.
So for those of you playing
So
at home,
let's just go over the parameters of the wild card, right? So it's just
the wild card can be anybody. You can get
Anything
you,
associated
if
with
you
the
want
band.
composer,
Yeah,
Right. Yes.
conductor,
selling
composer.
CDs at intermission.
Yeah, like travel guy.
Bill Wade's your
Yeah.
guy.
You know,
XO. Do you want
he's
XO for
number
your
one.
band?
if you need you need someone to do devotions.
CD sales pitch.
Some sort of a band sergeant. Whatever
A
you want.
chaplain, if you will.
I love it. The guy who gives devotions, mostly surrounding
Mostly, yeah. What about a guy who does devotions?
Centering
centering
around
around
storyteller.
girls basketball?
Yeah. Yesterday's was about Star Search.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
that's
6'5",
right.
left-handed,
Yeah.
220
will.
seals. You know, whatever.
If you will.
And he can sit in the band and sit next to your horn player and support him and say, "Hey, good job," because I missed all of that.
Good stuff. Good
All right.
stuff.
All right.
So anyway, Bryn, who do you got?
pick?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. We'll let you go first.
For my wild card, Marcus Venables, easy. He can play cornet.
Versatility.
He can go wherever you need. So that's what you need in
And
a
he's
wild
writing
card.
stuff for
and
you?
he's my composer.
Yeah.
He could lead if you need.
So he's your favorite person in the family then, right? Because
You've mentioned his name.
Well, he
Bob
didn't pick
was
his dad.
taken,
He didn't pick his dad.
He didn't pick his
Barrington was
dad.
taken.
You ignored
Yeah.
your father, and you mentioned Marcus many times.
yeah.
When?
Oh, at least 10 times during this. You mentioned Marcus. At least 10.
did not.
I think Rachelin's going to be very upset. She didn't get a mention.
Ignored. Just absolutely
Feel free
ignored.
to take her as your wild.
She's still on the board.
All right, Mark, you're up.
This honestly has been the biggest struggle because I thought I had like a perfect idea this morning, and then
got away
it's
from you?
morphed as you go. But I'm gonna go with it. I will take Raymond J. Livingston as a vocal soloist with the
Smart.
band.
That's good.
Like when he was in the staff band before, there was people who showed up. Like non-band people would come just to hear him sing with the band.
yeah.
He had his own following. Also, was super nice guy.
Yeah.
Like good guy on the bus. Kept everyone laughing. Like all that kind of stuff. And would sing the mess out of a solo for you. Oh
yeah.
So we went to the same corps for a little while. So I remember doing Christmas kettles with him. There were 4. It was a quartet. So he played horn as well. But at some point, it's like, I can't play anymore. So we all just slid down a part, and he just sang for like an hour.
You probably
it was spectacular.
You probably made $1 million.
Oh, yeah. Whatever it was we were doing before, it was better.
Yeah, if
after
there was
that.
a QR code to donate, you would have made $1 million.
Yeah.
Physical
great.
limitations
That's
of
a-
cash
that's a
are the
good
only
pick.
thing holding
That is
you
a good
back.
pick.
Yeah. Daniel,
You guys are sticklers, so you might disqualify this based on I don't know what.
When have I ever been a
don't-
stickler?
I don't know if this counts. If it counts, then I'm going to go with it. If it doesn't, then I've got a reserve.
Okay.
So let me just preface it with that.
No, you're giving people an out.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have done that.
But I want to show how smart I am that I've got multiple options too, so it's all right.
Leadership.
It's called the Lance.
You're following the leadership. The Lance.
Bramwell Tovey.
No, illegal.
Why? He's my piano soloist.
No,
he's
that's
my
fine.
composer.
That works.
And he
And
plays
he's my
tuba,
conductor.
right?
Right.
Sure.
was tuba-
That is very good.
He was a
but
tuba
he's
player
my-
back
he's
at
my
the Cobham
trifecta.
Hall days.
I hadn't thought of that, but
He's my
is-
trifecta.
that is an exceptional pick there.
Yeah, thank
That is
you.
very
Also-
good.
Boys, it's been a pleasure.
MC.
And I'm gonna go to my
MC
chicken
in
hole
the
now.
concert?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Man,
So
that might be the best pick of the day.
Yeah.
I'm pleased with that one.
I don't
Thank
know
you,
that-
fellas.
that's a
It's-
That
very
might be the
clever
most
pick.
musical
It's been a
guy. Like, certainly. Back to the chicken roll. He's back to the chicken roll. It looks good.
Yeah.
They did a good job
You
today
think they'll
for
put
you.
this back in the oven for me? It's a little.
Of course
Yeah.
they will.
Yeah.
Of course they will.
I think in terms of people that I've actually met, I think Bram Tovey might be the most musical
Oh, yeah.
person,
No,
like,
that's,
and the
that's-
craziest wealth of experience. You
That's
know,
a real good pick. Yeah. All right.
And he's very funny, too.
So there's a million directions you can go with a wild card. I'm going to rattle off 7 or 8 of them right
Yeah.
now. No. Okay. If you were just going if you want to add another instrumentalist, Andrew Garcia on flugelhorn, like we talked about him last week.
Yep, that's your pick. Lock it in.
He has to
He
be
said it out loud.
an option.
Once your hand
That
comes
was
out,
my
he
reserve.
came
Yeah,
off the
that was
chest.
my
So that's an exception. I might talk myself into just picking Andrew because ridiculous on flugel, can write stuff. Another sit down piano.
Piano. Yep.
the offertory,
whatever.
the off the top of the head offertories that he can do are
is about as good
pretty
as it
ridiculous.
gets.
Yeah.
There.
But you also have Artie in your band, so
I do,
off
right?
the- you do have no need for
I'm
that.
going to stick with my original thought.
An embarrassment of riches.
Wait, what?
An embarrassment of riches. If you pick Garcia, you could have two. You could have multiple piano solos.
Yeah, absolutely. No, okay. So the self-proclaimed. Never mind. I need to skip through this. What does he call himself? We're not add this out. My apologies. Creative genius of the New York staff band, Jason Nags, is my pick as the wild card. Wow. So every time we've had
an excellent pick.
a project coming up, where something like the creation thing, all the screen content, that's Jay. If you need posters for anything, that's Jay. You want a video thing, that's Jay.
And when you need it in 13 minutes,
When you need it in 15 seconds, it's Jay, right? Someone to speak on Sunday, I'll take it. Another just all-time good dude, and if I just need to go out to eat and hang out for a few hours, also a good time.
He knows
Jay.
it. He knows his
so,
spot.
Honorable mention to Andrew Garcia, but I will go with my original thought
Love
of
that.
Jason Nags.
Where I was going back and forth with the wild cards was obviously went with Ray, but I was genuinely thinking about Chuck Olson as the problem solver. We've told the story before, but we're in Canada for CSB 50.
Yep.
We get snow, all the flights are delayed, and all the other bands look nervous, and we're just well, you guys need a Chuck. Chuck's just figuring this out, and he did.
We were at Yorkminster,
Right.
And by the time we came out of the service, it was all done.
Yeah, drives the truck.
Guys, go back
sorts
to your
out all the
hotel
stuff.
rooms, hang out.
I got you
because
back
we're
in the
here-
exact
yeah.
same room.
We're here another
That's your
night.
pizza, and that's our pizza.
Right, yeah.
Just as Bobby Myers.
Don't go near that pizza. That's our pizza. That's ours. I know it looks like it might be for 5 bands. That's just for us.
That would have been a good pick.
Yeah.
That would have been a good pick.
The peace of mind that Chuck brings when it's just
Honorable
handled.
mention Bobby Myers as an enforcer. I think
Yeah.
that's a great.
Oh.
That could be a great wild card.
You have
I
anyone
love
else?
you, Bobby. I'm
Anyone
sorry.
else
I
on,
love you.
It's the last
on your
logistics
short
guy?
list that didn't make it today onto the team you'd like to reference or no?
Players, trombone, I was always going to go with Dad, but you've got Dudley Bright, Ron Prussing, Andrew Justice, there's
Stu Horton.
Yeah. If I have a bass trombone pick, that he's going to be the guy.
I had Robert Miller on euphonium.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could play. That's a good pick.
Yep.
I was thinking and also on trombone, you could do the one of the wild cards that jumped into my mind was Willis Howell on bass trombone.
Oh, yeah.
Can play in any style. Also could sing a lovely vocal solo for you. Preach on Sunday, all that. Or do you go crazy and just bring Herb Bruce on and just know you have we're gonna do a jazz trombone solo that he's gonna rip to the back wall and
trombone too, like Clarence White.
Yeah.
When he was really going after it, is about as good as it gets.
I heard Clarence a couple weeks ago. The dude can still roll.
Yeah.
It is.
Even Kevin Hayward when he was in the CSB could really.
Yeah.
They had a long line of just really good trombone players there. So anyway, there it is. I'm
Did
sure we
anyone
could keep
take?
just
Did
saying
anyone
this forever.
take Derek Smith?
No.
Did that go? That was the
No.
No.
No,
it was
we talked about the
interesting
Derek and Derek combo.
because
but-
Danny and I were listening to some things this morning, and it is funny when you go back and listen to like the old recordings where the bands are playing like in an older style, and then Derek comes in and just immediately sounds like pretty much what you'd expect the cornet to sound like today, and you're like, I wonder if back then they were like, what is that? Why are you playing those notes so like long and connected like that? We don't do that. We clip the life out of everything. But yeah, Derek can play.
Did I pick?
Did you?
Did I pick everything?
Yeah.
Who did I pick as horn?
Well,
Oh, no, because you didn't do your last two picks.
Oh yeah,
You
you,
didn't do
forgot
the
to do
last-
the back to back.
So you still need a horn player, I believe.
I still need a horn.
why don't you do that now?
Good. Pick a horn player. Are there any horn players available?
Pick a horn
at the
player,
table?
Bryn. You know who liked my horn playing last week? BV. You know who my favorite Venables is? BV.
Not this BV.
Not this one.
Capital BV, not lowercase.
No, lowercase.
Little bit. All
BBV.
right. Looks like Brinley still needs a horn player.
I'll pick Harrison Venables horn.
He doesn't play horn.
No.
That doesn't count.
He can switch.
Whatever. No, it doesn't count.
Yeah, it does count.
Disqualified.
Harrison's my.
Nope, he's
Yeah, it's
out.
fine. Just add him to the list.
There we go.
I sent the note over, and you're gonna really want to check my spelling of names.
No, please. Please.
As is.
According to Matt.
And make a note.
Spellings according to Matt.
All right, so those are the bands. Obviously, if you're listening and want to participate, we'd love to hear who your band would be.
I would say vote for yours, but also, I think it's more fun when you leave your list.
Yeah, of course.
I think that's more.
You're going to put up we'll have a poll up so you can vote for whose band you like the best.
Yeah.
But also, we do want to hear from you. Anything else for the good of the cause before we, eat?
I don't think so.
I mean, I've been eating.
Yeah,
but
I know you've
you
been
guys.
eating.
You guys did a lot of talking.
I've taken
Not
a
me.
few bites.
Yeah. So anyway, I guess that's it for now. Thanks for listening. We'd love to hear from you guys.
Shout out to Franco's again.
Shout out to
One
Franco's.
more.
If you're
for
ever
Franco's.
at THQ for a conference or whatever, come talk to any one of us. We'll get you the
Yep,
address.
and meet us in the lobby at 12 p.m. on the dot.
right.
12.
Yeah, 12. We don't leave till 12.
We don't leave till 12.
Yeah.
Smart. Shout out to Franco's. We want to thank them
For their gracious hosting
for their
and delicious food.
Yeah, their food and letting us record here today. And we'll talk to you next time. Thanks, everybody.